Hollywood AJ back with another episode of the Keep It 100 podcast. It is hot in Pueblo, Colorado. For it being the second day in December, I'm expecting snow. I'm expecting a winter wonderland. But instead, it feels like we're in Phoenix or LA or Vegas. And I'm not complaining. I love the hot weather. I hate the cold weather. In fact, that cold weather can stay in the Midwest and can stay in any place but Colorado. But that's not the focus of this video. The focus of this video is all in the title. Is simply, what does UFC 269 mean for the one, the only, my guy, the notorious Conor McGregor? Now, for a lot of experts, for a lot of casuals, a lot of watchers, for the UFC, it doesn't mean nothing. UFC 269 does not mean nothing for Conor McGregor's career. For people like me and a few other analysts and supposed experts in the game, UFC 269 means everything for Conor McGregor. I'm going to get to why, but let me catch up a bit of the casuals, a little bit of avid watchers to show you how we got here. Of course, Khabib Nurmagomedov retired back in October 2020 after he defeated Justin Gaethje, and therefore he vanquished the belt in early 2021, which put Charles Oliveira against Michael Chandler, UFC 262 in May of this year. Charles Oliveira won via second round TKO to become a long-awaited UFC champion, and his first defense will be against Dustin Poirier. Why Dustin Poirier? Well, that's because him and Conor McGregor fought in their third UFC fight back in July of 2021, UFC 264, and that fight was a barn burner. It was hatred. It was tense, but we did not get finality. I know you Conor McGregor haters and people that don't know the fight game so well are like, oh yeah, it ended in total finality. We do not need to see that fight again. Even Dustin Poirier is acting like, oh yeah, I don't need to fight Conor McGregor ever again. He broke his leg. You can't win like that. Dustin Poirier did win the first round, and people are like, well, Poirier won the first round. He would have won the rest of the fight. Are fights just one round now? Someone to help me out with that, please. I beg you guys, please. Is fights one round now? The answer is hell no. So y'all can get that stupid theory out of your head. Y'all can just get that, Dustin Poirier would have continued to defeat Conor McGregor through 5 rounds. Look at Charles Oliveira versus Michael Chandler. Charles Oliveira was getting dominated in that fight, and 10 seconds into the second round, Charles Oliveira caught Michael Chandler with a check left hook, which finished the fight 19 seconds into the second round. So don't tell me that the fight would have been the same. The second round could have been totally different. We don't know. That is why that trilogy is not over. There is no finality in that trilogy. So for everyone to be with their head so far up their ass to be like, oh, we don't need to see that fight again. Even Dustin Poirier, it is a bunch of bullshit, and we have to see that fight one more time. It will be the first ever fourth fight in UFC history. I had to go on my tangent because a lot of you casuals don't know. A lot of you supposed experts like Stephen A do not know. Okay? I'm the one that knows. Whew. So, with that, Dustin Poirier had a TKO against Conor McGregor back in July, which landed him this title fight against Charles Oliveira. It's a great fight, nonetheless. It's two guys that deserve to be the champion. I'm not going to lie about that. Dustin Poirier, this will be his third crack at UFC Gold, his first being back at UFC 236 in Atlanta, Georgia, where he defeated Max Holloway to become the interim UFC lightweight champion. Here's how this means a lot to Conor McGregor's career. Chael Sonnen said on his podcast that, if Charles Oliveira wins, that looks bad for Conor McGregor. It does not. Me personally, I believe if Dustin Poirier defeats Conor McGregor, we may never see that fourth fight again unless Conor McGregor can put a string of victories and Dustin Poirier can hold the belt a little bit longer. Not only that, Charles Oliveira defeats Dustin Poirier. Then when McGregor is all healed up, we may be able to see the fourth fight right off the bat. Both guys would be coming off a loss, and that is just a fight that has to happen. It can go one or two ways. I think the outcome that needs to happen for Conor McGregor's sake is that Charles Oliveira needs to win. It doesn't make Conor McGregor look bad. It just makes Charles Oliveira look that good, and it makes Conor McGregor right, and it makes more sense for there to be a fourth fight. You know what I mean? Like, Conor McGregor and Dustin Poirier, there hasn't been a fourth fight trilogy ever in UFC history. If Dustin Poirier loses, then we will definitely see that fourth fight. But Dustin Poirier wins, fourth fight will always be there, but not as quick as we want it to be. The third fight was ran back right after the second fight happened, back at UFC 257, January of 2021. So I'm going to give my predictions. I know I give them during fight week, but I want to give them to you guys right here, right now, because it is just something I have to get off my chest. For Conor McGregor's career to be truly resurrected and for finality to happen, Charles Oliveira needs to win. And with that being said, Charles Oliveira wins, I believe, second round submission. Maybe first round submission. All I got to say is we saw Conor McGregor get Dustin Poirier in a nasty guillotine back when they fought in their third fight. If Charles Oliveira gets Dustin Poirier in that guillotine, he's going to rip Dustin Poirier's head clean off his shoulders. That's just a fact. Oliveira is one of the best jiu-jitsu practitioners in the UFC. You can make the argument that Damian Maia is better, Fabricio Verdum is better, or even Gunnar Nelson for that matter. I'm just going to throw him in there just because I want to. But bottom line is, Charles Oliveira gets Dustin Poirier in any submission. Fight's over. He is good in every aspect of the fight. He's good at Muay Thai. He's good at pressure fighting. He's good at striking. He knocked out Michael Chandler, a guy whose nickname is Iron, a guy who we would never thought we'd see get knocked out in the UFC. Justin Gaethje dropped him. So for Charles Oliveira to knock out Michael Chandler just goes to show he has more tools in his arsenal. Dustin Poirier is not the level of grappler that Charles Oliveira is. Striker, he's a little bit better, but we've seen Charles Oliveira meet fire with fire and overcome all the adversity in the world to become a UFC champion. So Charles Oliveira wins. We get that fourth fight with Conor in July of 2022. We get finality. Conor McGregor fights Charles Oliveira for the title. Boom. Just like that. Thank you guys for watching. Please give me a like and subscribe. Comment on what UFC 269 means for Conor McGregor. Let me know who you have winning the fight between Charles and Dustin. Most of all, stay safe, stay healthy, keep it 100. I'm out.